Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on another Monday market watch for you guys. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's weekend was fantastic. I know if you guys, yesterday we had Father's Day, and then the day before that we had a whole bunch of tournaments, including German Nationals. I believe it was German Nationals. Might have been, it was German. So, as far as that goes, a very busy weekend for all of you fathers out there. Happy Father's Day. It's a little bit late as of yesterday, but still, regardless, right? So, today, guys, I want to go ahead and check out some of the cards that I think are going to be fluctuating up and down in price, or that have been fluctuating up and down in price over this past week or so, since we get more results as far as tournament results. We get more cards getting released, especially for Monsters Revenge. We have a lot of really exciting cards coming to the TCG, guys. But first, let's start off with one of the most popular decks of the format, Vanquish Soul. So Vanquish Soul has actually been doing extremely well, doing far better than I initially predicted in my top 10 decks list for this current format. So Raisin is going to be one of the main cards, if not the main one you're going to need. Realistically, a lot of people are steering away from the relying on the Caesar as much, and pretty much playing Raisin control at that point, right? As far as Raisin is concerned, Borger is a really good card as well, far less expensive than the Raisin. I think most people play it as either a 2 of, some play as a 3 of. I think it's more of a 2 of. Dr. Madlib as well, it's like an $18 card as well. Really good cards, but Raisin is going to be your main starter, main surger for the deck, coming in at $30 to $32 per copy. And not rising too fast, but I want to say it is limited quantity of only 42 listings at the moment. Vanquish Soul has clearly risen to the top of the ranks as far as one of the best decks of the format, and clearly so. I mean, realistically, a deck that revolves around having card advantage in your hand, having multiple attributes in your hand, and playing specific hand traps in addition to your main supporting cast, right? Your engine, as you say. It's really interesting, and something that I personally don't remember us having seen before in the TCG, so I really like this type of strategy, as it is very control oriented and still a lot of fun to play with all the different types of attributes you can go ahead and mess with as far as your non-engine cards. Next card, guys, that is going up is going to be Chimera Divine Carding, for actually pretty much the exact same reason that Vanquish Soul is doing so well. Vanquish Soul specifically needs dark attributes, earth attributes, and also fire attributes primarily right now to activate their effects. For any type of earth attributes, of course, you're going to be playing cards like Chimera Fenrir or things of that nature. For fire, you have Ash Blossom Joy Springs and Chimera Divine Incarnate in your hand. These are cards you can main deck and actually really powerful because they serve two purposes. One is to activate, of course, your Vanquish Soul cards, and two is to go ahead and blow out your opponent. With Chimera still being one of the best decks of the format, I think this is a phenomenal strategy to go ahead and use in the current format. Not only does it combat against the best deck in the format, but it also does really well to get your actual engine started going. So this actually is deserving of course, the price spike. It has not reached the $80 mark just yet at the moment, although I believe it was a few months ago on my trip, and no, it just keeps going up and up, ladies and gentlemen. So right now it's going for in the $50 range for a single copy of the Chimera Divine Incarnate, a really good strategy to go ahead and mix with your Vanquish Soul monsters in the main deck as well. Next up on our list is the Bestial Rebellion. The Bestial Rebellion has probably seen the most roller coaster type of a price spikes, in one of the most craziest price spikes ever, as far as is it viable, is it not, is it viable, is it not. I think it's really entertaining to see just where this card will essentially go. I think we should be up for a reprint in the next few months or so, but nothing has been announced as far as this card is concerned just yet. I mean, it is still a very brand new card coming out late last year, but Bestial Rebellion is extremely essential to two main strategies right now, being of course the Despia strategy to get your Bestials, and also then the Bestial strategy, and then also actually a third strategy, of course, the Dragon Link strategy. Dragon Link has actually become as one of the most popular decks of the format, being proven that it is one of the most resilient decks. Any dragon card that comes out at all, just immediately go ahead and gets additional support for this. And I believe they're getting a new rocket card in the newest set, Monsters Revenge. It's going to be able to have a quick launch, be even more of an extender. Bestial Rebellion just keeps going up and up in price, guys. $100 is a bit too much, I will say, for right now, but it is going for around the $70, $75, $80 mark right now retail for a Bestial Rebellion. So if you're going to be playing at a national tournament, you might want to go ahead and pick them up before they go up any higher. But right now they are reaching its peak, so it's something that you guys want to be careful on as well. Alright, guys, next we're going to hit up some of the more fun cards that are going up in price. Chimera out of the Duelist Evolution, the Ultimate Rare, is spiking quite a bit, $20 to $25 to $30 per copy right now. What Chimera essentially, okay, so Watts got new support. I personally think it's really good support for what Watts want to do. However, I mean, it's not going to be ground meta defining for Watts are going to be one of the best. I don't think it's going to be that crazy, but it is really good support that helps you get out some of your best monsters in the entire deck, whether it's Watt Chimera, whether it's one of your other Watt Giraffe, or whatever it might be that you want to go ahead and play. But the new support is really cool. Have some battle phase shenanigans, so I really like that as well. As far as the Watts are concerned, I don't think this deck has ever been relevant whatsoever as far as competitive viability. But what I can say is, honestly, the deck is extremely affordable. The rest of the cards on here are extremely affordable for you guys. But of course, the only high rarity card the deck has, which being Watt Chimera, has skyrocketed in price for the ultra rare and ultimate rare version. So if you guys are looking to pick that up, I'd probably hold off on it because it'll probably cool off as we get closer to the support. I think it's just the initial spike of it getting that initial hype from the new support getting released and everything. But as we get closer, I think we start realizing, okay, Watts are not going to be as crazy. Let's everyone calm down. No, it should go down in price unless we get more Watts support. Who knows, you know? So guys, next up on our list, we have one of the cards that's reaching record-breaking prices for its ever existence, which is the Fateful Adventure, reaching the $10 mark for the very first time as of a year from today. It has never gone past $2 to $3 per copy. It is now sitting at a whopping $9 to $10 per copy for the ultra rare of Fateful Adventure, a card that did not get a reprint as far as I'm concerned out of the Battles with Legend Monsters Revenge. But we see all the supporting cast, so we see the Water Enchantress, and we also see the other Right of Aramis here getting a reprint as well. I believe they're secret rares, I'm not exactly sure, but they are going for a pre-selling from around 10 to 15 per copy, making the adventure package finally extremely accessible for anyone who does not have it, like myself. But I do have a Fateful Adventure, so I'll be moving this very soon because I want to make sure I capitalize on this. That is a times 10 on your return on your investment because if you picked it up for $1. So that is something that is pretty big and a bit of a penny stock, if I will say. Not as much initial game, but if you have a whole bunch of Fateful Adventures sitting around, I would suggest going through your bulk if you opened up a whole bunch of Grand Creators and seeing where you can go ahead and capitalize on that as well. Sky Striker, the deck that never dies, and for some reason all of a sudden got a whole slew of brand new support, majority of which is garbage. But this card right here, Sky Striker Ace Azalea, the new Link 2 coming out of Monsters Revenge, is actually a really good card. But the issue with this card is that it is very generic, requiring 2 light and or dark monsters. It does not say it requires Sky Striker Ace Ray, it does not say Sky Striker card. It just says 2 light or dark monsters, and it's actually a really good card. So if you guys have not read it, we'll go ahead and do this real quick. So basically, it must be Link summoned. Okay, you can only special summon Sky Striker Ace Azalea once per turn, as I'm pretty sure, I believe that's the case with all the Sky Striker cards. So if this card is special summon, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Then if you have 3 or less spells in your graveyard, send this card to the graveyard. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, banish 1 spell from your graveyard, destroy that opponent's monster. So it automatically has removal. It's ×2 removal, essentially is what I'm trying to say. As long as you have 3 or more spells in the grave, you should be fine. And banishing 1 spell from your graveyard is really not that big a deal. I mean, you should have enough spells in your graveyard as playing Sky Striker, so it's not a big deal. I can see this card settling out around $10 more or less, but we will actually see, because this is one of those cards that I'm very conflicted on. It could really go up and it could go down. It just depends on how, I mean, obviously it's a generic card. It can be used by pretty much whatever. I could easily see something like what's something that plays Legendary, like the Dragon Link strategy going into this, just so you can, you know, destroy a card on the field. It's a free removal card, so honestly it's really good. It's a free way to go ahead and get rid of like anti-spell fragrance. That's actually not bad. It's a free way to go ahead and get rid of like anti-spell fragrance on any type of floodgate, Tikaboo, since Vanquish Soul are main decking that as well. So I do see the implications of this card. I do see this being one of the better cards of the format. It really just depends on where it goes from here. I could see this going both ways. It's tough to say right now, guys, but it's the one that I would definitely keep my eyes on. If you have the Azalea pulling out of Monsters Revenge, I would probably go ahead and hold on to it just to see if it does go up from there. Next card on our list, guys, is Photon. So Photon Jumper finally got released on, well, it's getting released, I should say, in Battles of Legend Monsters Revenge. Actually super excited for this card. I know that when we first got Photon Shockwave, I was really excited to go ahead and show off the deck. I believe I used Photon Jumper for one of the main combos that I saw, but Photon Jumper is an extremely good card for the strategy, just giving you additional extenders for it, and it's actually an amazing way to go ahead and add your Photon Galaxy cards from your deck to your hand. It just does so much for the deck, guys, honestly. And also, I want to go ahead and point out that having a maxed out Galaxy Eyes deck is probably one of the most beautiful things I could have ever seen in my entire life. So you have Photon Lord, Secret Rare is really nice. I think the entire extra deck can be Ultimate Rare as well. Yeah, Ghost Ultimate or Ghost Rares in the extra deck as well. This is gonna be one of the most beautiful decks of all time, I gotta honestly say, guys. And realistically, all these cards right here, the Galaxy cards, are cards that I would definitely go ahead and keep an eye on. I do not believe Photon Jumper is gonna make them meta relevant. I do believe if Sharks are capable of topping a regional, that the Galaxy Eye should definitely be able to top a regional as well. I'm certain they're on the same level. I believe Kite is better than Shark as a duelist in the Zexal anime, but you know, that's for a different conversation, right, guys? So honestly, Photon Jumper, I love the card. I love that it's finally here in TCG. I love that it's a secret rare. It looks absolutely amazing. If you guys have not seen, I think it was Tombox that opened it up at MSC.TV, so definitely go ahead and check that out. It is a beautiful card and a much needed help for the strategy overall. But overall, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is there a card that I missed? What are you guys most excited to go ahead and play? Are you a Vanquish Soul player? Are you a Galaxy Eyes player? What are you guys playing in the format? Let me know in the comment section down below. We'll talk about it. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.